All right, everybody that's watching us live. This is something new that we're doing here on the VG Podcast Network. We're going to do some Let's Plays with a game called Hearthstone. I was talking with Will, my co-host here, Will Kelly. Will, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you tonight, Lloyd?
I'm doing awesome. Just recorded the Nintendo Pulse. Now we're going to be playing some games. It's going to be a good time. But we talked and we both like Hearthstone. I haven't played it as much as Will has, but I'm a huge collectible card game guy. I was a Magic the Gathering fan from way back in the beta or whatever the first pre-release version of Magic was. I can't remember what they called it, but there was some shops in town that were selling packages. I was huge into that. I had a bunch of Black Lotuses and Mox Diamonds and all the Moxes and the Time Vaults. I could retire now if I still had the cards that I had when I first played Magic the Gathering. But I was a huge fan of collectible card games. And I love the Magic Online card game that they release every year and you play on your PlayStation 3 or your iPad. Huge fans of all that type of stuff. Then Hearthstone came out, and I was reading all about the game while it was in beta or alpha, and then into beta, and then the closed beta started, and I couldn't get a beta key, and I was upset and angry. And then the open beta happened, and I got in and I started playing it. And I really love what Blizzard is doing here. So Will and I were talking, and we decided, hey, why don't we just film us playing the game, talking about it, and kind of see what happens. So what do you say, Will? Want to do this?
Let's give it a shot and see how it goes. I think it'll be good. Should be a good time.
Cool. Well, maybe we'll introduce ourselves in case this is the first time that you've seen us. My name is Lloyd Hannison. I'm the host of almost all the shows here at the VG Podcast Network. So we do the Nintendo Pulse on Nintendo, we do the Touch of Gaming on iOS Gaming, and we do the Derezzed podcast, which is our general gaming show. My co-host on that show is Will Kelly. Will, the guy pointing at his face. And you also do another show, which is a member of this podcast network. And what is that one?
Yeah, it's called Inside Infinity, and it focuses on the game Disney Infinity. That's on consoles and on iPad and Windows 8. And it's kind of a Skylanders type game, but it has a little bit of Minecraft sprinkled in there a little bit. And so, yeah, that's the show that I run, and you're oftentimes a guest on that as well. And so,
as much as possible.
Yes.
Cool. So what we're going to be doing here is we're just going to be talking a little bit about Hearthstone, and then we're going to be getting into some battles, mainly just to test this whole rig up. Here on the network, we've wanted to do some community game sessions, and we thought this might be a good precursor to some more games. We were thinking maybe we could do some battles with other listeners. It's going to be interesting based on, I'm not sure how we're going to be able to stream multiple battles across, but we could have nights where people come to vgpodcast.com/live. Some people can play me, some people can play each other. We can all kind of get into the chat room and kind of just have a nice game time session with everybody that's involved. So this is going to be kind of the precursor to that, and more of just kind of a feeling out session. We're going to record these videos and throw them up on YouTube. Who knows what they're going to become, but we're going to have fun while we're doing it. Isn't that right, Will?
Yes, we are. This is a great game because it has a relatively easy learning curve, and right now it's free. So as long as you have a somewhat modern PC or Mac, then anyone should be able to run it without much issue. So.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's I played it on my MacBook Air, which is a newer MacBook Air, but it doesn't have a fast processor. And they're like, "Oh, you're below the recommended specs." And I said, "Ha! I'll show you what you know about recommended specs." And I went out, I hit cancel or whatever the OK button was to get into the game. And it actually worked, and I didn't even have to turn down the graphics from medium. So they might say that it requires a beefy system, but it can run on systems that are a little bit older, a little bit underpowered. So just like World of Warcraft will kind of run on anything these days. So and this game being in the World of Warcraft universe, and for Blizzard, I think they brought some of the same ideals to the design of this game.
Yeah. It's funny though. The graphics for being a card game impressed me. There's lots of visual flair in the game that's kind of really interesting, and it just adds to the immersion of the game that I really, really dig.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about this. First time I played the game, it was on a older, I think maybe 4-year-old 13-inch MacBook. No, MacBook at the time. It was one of the unibody MacBooks, and runs the game fine. And so, yeah, it's even if you get that warning, it doesn't mean
just
anything.
Ignore it. It's
a suggestion.
It's there for fun. That's all it is. Cool. Well, let's get into the game. So when you start up Hearthstone, this is what you see. A pretty basic user interface. You have your ability to start matches, open packs, which we'll talk a little bit about. You can look at your collection, look at all the stuff that you've unlocked in the game, which is always kind of fun. You can look at all your cards. I haven't played that much, so I haven't unlocked very much, but I think that's going to be part of what this whole experience is going to be, is us talking a little bit more about what we've been doing and unlocking some stuff and learning a little bit more about the game. There's also a crafting mode, so you can make your own decks if you want. If you have an idea of what you want, you can just basically start adding cards to your deck, or you can disenchant the card to create dust, and then you can use your arcane dust to upgrade cards and all this other weird stuff that I haven't even started getting into yet, because I am gonna wait until we get a little bit further into doing the show, I think.
And although I think I might have played a little bit more than you, I think in most respects we're sitting at about the same level. So I think a lot of this is going to be pretty good experience for both of us. Like, I haven't really tried building my own deck yet, or even touching the crafting area. So
Sure.
It'll be exciting once we get to those areas of the game.
Cool. All right, well, let's do this. How do you want to do this? Do you want to just get it right into a battle and have some fun, and then we'll talk about some of the currency, and then see what happens?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, well, I'm going to send you a battle challenge, Will.
I accept.
And then you get to choose your hero. Heroes are kind of the different pre-made decks that are in the game. These are your basic decks. If you've built decks, you can choose those from this list. Since I only have the pre-made ones, they show up here. I've unlocked 6 of the 9, so I don't have the rightmost column. So I'm going to choose, what have I played once? I think I played the Warrior once. I'll try the Warrior, not my Mage where I've unlocked all the cards. So I'm going to choose that. And then...
I'm going to choose the Priest, and that way, if you end up beating me, then it will give you the opportunity of unlocking that character.
Okay.
I think it's also important to discuss each one of these heroes has a special hero power, and it's specific to each one of those heroes, and it each costs 2. I don't know what the resource is. It's not mana, is it?
I
don't know what it's called.
I think it's mana.
Is it mana? Okay. So, and they each provide their own tactical advantage. And so, for example, if I hover over mine is for the Priest is lesser heal. I can restore 2 health in my hero, for my hero. So it's not only the decks that you get, but it's also the hero powers that you need to keep in mind.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And the one thing that's different with this game than, say, Magic the Gathering or some of the other collectible card game, or even online or physical ones, is they've kind of taken what other games have done and kind of distilled it down into pure awesomeness.
Garrosh versus Anduin.
Oh, there you go. Garrosh versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
Victory or death!
I love the little sayings it says, like shuffling cards, clearing off table, serving beverage. Lloyd, I lost. Are you there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, I lost you for a moment.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to get rid of my cards that I didn't want, and I got a worse one. So, if you're watching, are you watching the live stream at the same time?
Yes, I am. I probably shouldn't do that, should I?
Yeah, you should probably shut that down, Mister. Reading my deck.
I will only. That's a good point. I will only look at the chat then.
Yeah. See, that's the problem, is because is because you're not getting return video. Or I guess that's a good thing, since you're not getting the return video on Skype. Cool. So what they've taken is they've taken all the card games and then kind of distilled it down. So unlike Magic the Gathering, where you have to put mana cards into your hand or into your deck, so you get them in your hands and use those to cast spells, in this game you get mana crystals each turn, and each turn you get one more than what you had before, up until you get to 10. So there's a steady ramp up of the bigger level cards that you can play, where in Magic the Gathering you could get mana screwed pretty easily just by not having any mana cards to play. This game kind of prevents that. By each turn you can play bigger and badder cards if you want. Other things that they've done is creatures can attack. You can choose to attack creatures or the other player, or if you have weapons in your deck, you can actually become your own little attack thing yourself, and then you, as someone in the game, can attack creatures or the player as well. So they've done a lot to kind of mix up the, I guess, kind of the way the game plays compared to a Magic the Gathering. So, yeah.
Yeah, and another thing, so I got the first turn, and it randomly assigns whoever's first. But the really kind of neat thing, if you are not first, the other player gets a coin, and that coin at any time can be used to add an additional mana, regardless of how many you have. So right. It's kind of neat. You can hold that in your hand and hold back and save it for something special.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really interesting. It's great because it provides benefits for each side. There's an obvious benefit of going first, but then having that extra mana there when you need it is also pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So in this game, there really isn't phases like in Magic. If you're familiar with Magic, you basically you can play stuff and attack whenever you want. So you can play cards, attack, play more cards, attack some more. They've kind of simplified it down a lot. Here's the hero power. So your hero power is the heal. Mine is armor, so I could put armor on my guys so that I don't take damage. Each of these heroes has 30 life, and if you lose all your life, you die, or if you play all your cards, you die. So you kind of have to make sure that you're keeping track of your life and trying to figure out how you're going to attack the other creature or the other player as well.
That's interesting. I didn't know it if you lose all your cards, because I kept getting that warning, and I've never actually gone down that far.
Yep.
I didn't know you lose.
It's pretty hard to do because this game usually goes pretty fast. When you're breezing through the game, it's usually pretty darn quick to get through it. Oh yeah, I need to end my turn. Yeah, and that's pretty much the game. It's pretty simple stuff. You play cards, wait for
cleanse the Sunwell.
Wait for other things. You saw Will just played a creature called the Shattered Sun Cleric, which gives all the other friendly, or give one other friendly minion a +1/+1. Ouch. Okay, let's see.
So how do you, since you're an experienced card player guy, what do you think of the diversity of the cards? Do you think they're unique and there's lots of different types of cards in there and different abilities and stuff like that? Do you think it's spread pretty evenly?
Yeah, I think so. The thing. Oh, what am I doing here? I misplayed I didn't mean to play a card, and I played a card. I don't even know what it did. Since the first time I've played this deck. So let me see what I did. Oh, I played a spell which gave my stupid Murloc +2 in charge, which is the last thing that I would really want to do in this game.
So Kyle brought up something I didn't know either in the chat. He's saying he's disappointed that you can have a max amount of minions on the table at a time. I didn't know that either.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, so I forgot what you were saying before I accidentally cast a card. Sorry about that. I got preoccupied.
No worries. I was just asking if you think the cards in the game are diverse.
Yeah,
based on your experience.
I think they are. The cool thing about this game is there's some cards that just do stuff that you couldn't do in a real game because they're physical objects, where in this game you can have multiple duplicates that appear and things that come and go. It's pretty good, and there's a lot of really cool powers that different cards will do when they get put into the game. So I'm quite impressed with the diversity and some of the other stuff that you can do in this game. Wow, I'm just getting stomped here. Maybe I should play with a deck that I've played once before at least. That might help a little bit.
Yeah, this is the first time I played as a priest, but playing against a priest, pretty effective.
Yeah, yeah. What's this? I'll do this one.
Me and Mr. White.
I also like the discard on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
I'm sure tactically you could take a look at that and kind of like see your mistakes or whatever. So I'm not good enough to use that, but it's kind of neat regardless.
Yeah, I kind of like it. The fact that you can, especially when I didn't know what card I just played there, and I went to go hover over, and it's like, oh, that's what I did. Makes sense.
Consider.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Bang. Bang.
How much of this game do you think is luck? Because there's games when I just mop the floor with the other person, and then there's games where I just can't do anything.
Yeah, I think it's like anything. There's a huge chunk of luck that comes with this game, but a lot of it is also skill. You have to know when to attack, when to hold back. Yeah, I don't know. Just like every other collectible card game, there's definitely a lot of luck that is involved. Oh yeah.
So you just tried to attack that one character, but I have a card out on the table that has taunt, and what taunt means is that every character is forced to attack that character until he's gone.
Yeah. Which I didn't want to do.
I wonder.
There we go. Gonna get steamrolled in this next round, I think. Yeah. Kyle in the chat room is saying the biggest thing to help luck is making sure that your deck has a mana card. Meaning that you don't have all cards that have 1s and 2s and 3s, or all cards that have 6s. You want to make sure to have a lot of cards with all the different mana costs, so you can hopefully get a nice collection of cards when you get your initial hand dealt.
See, I wasn't paying attention with your taunt card there, and I did something I didn't want to do.
What's this?
Charge forward! Don't mess with Tusk.
Okay,
Suck
so
steel swine.
yes, suck steel swine.
Job's done.
I love that job's done. I did not play this round the best that I've possibly could have played. Ooh. Bada boom.
I thought your Warsong Commander had taunt on it. Must have been. Oh no, it was your last your card you had on the table before.
Yep.
The gates are open.
Ooh, that's a healthy card.
Yeah, I think this is an impossible thing to win right now.
Yeah.
There's too much on the table that will kill me if I attack it.
For the well song.
Job's done.
Yeah, because you're gonna destroy my taunt guy in one turn. So unless I have an endless supply of those taunt guys, I'm pretty much pooched here. Yeah, had to bring another one of those out.
Can't figure out what I want to do here. Oh, that was dumb of me. Oh no, I have to. Never mind.
Boom. See, I find what my problem is that I don't use my powers as often enough because I'm too concerned about playing cards, not so much as playing the powers. So I always have a problem with that.
Yeah, and I always use my powers. It's kind of my stopgap. It will be the resource I use a lot of times when I'm saving up my mana. Well, if I have nothing else to play, I guess, but that makes sense.
Oh.
I guess I should end the turn, huh?
Oh, maybe.
Were you ever a WoW player?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I really like the theming of the boards. They're all unique and different, and it's pretty cool to kind of bring you into the game.
What you want?
Yeah.
For the well song.
Woohoo. Take
Dang.
that. Suck that.
that.
2 whole points of damage. That was epic. I'm just delaying the inevitable.
So I'm now in a position. I mean, I'm doing okay because my table is stacked decently, but I am out of cards in my hand now, and I've screwed myself more than once, not realizing how important it is to keep cards in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
For the well song. For the well song.
Grr. Oh, wait. I can attack you with my taunt guys. Why didn't I do that? I could have done that last round, too. I'm so used to Magic where I don't want to attack with a creature because I want to use it for blocking. But there's no blocking. There's no nothing.
Crap.
Damn. Oh. I probably could have had you in the close to the single digits if I would have been smarter at doing this.
Do here.
I wonder.
One shot, one kill.
Is that a Murloc?
It is. I have a little Murloc buddy behind me on my little desk here. But
Do you really?
Yeah. Oh, you can't see it anyway.
Yeah, not anymore.
A couple little Murloc toys that I have behind
Where'd you
me.
get those from?
They were just they were in an egg type thing. You get random WoW characters type stuff. Let's do that. Do that.
Time for killing. Time for killing.
For the well song.
Oh, this is taking a turn.
And if I was smart, I would have been attacking with those characters for the last 3 turns. Well, at least the 2 taunt guys. But I wasn't thinking clearly.
I wonder.
Oh, crap. That was a mistake. Oh, I misread my card and that screwed me up. That happens. Yeah, that's a good one. I like how every, like, my +2 is negated by your +2 armor.
Yeah. So we're both basically gaining life essentially every single turn.
Time for killing.
I want to take that. Oh, Murlocs.
That was actually a pretty good card you got, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I wish they had taunt though.
Are you afraid of your 7 health guy?
Well, no, but yeah. If you just need to get a nice big guy out, and then you're gonna start cleaning up all my health.
Someone call for the doctor.
Whoa, or one of those guys.
Oh, I was trying to hold in my laughter as you said that.
That's not very nice. Let's see what we can
Don't
do here.
mess with Tusker.
These pesky little guys. See, that's a problem though. You can whittle away at me. You can actually take me out right now. Damn it.
Oh, I thought he would get the health there, but he gets it after. Ah,
You actually, I think
attack.
you get, yeah, attack.
yeah, I thought that he would take the damage, he would get 3 more attack, and he would kill you, but that it gets resolved after the battle. Alright. Damn. That was an incredibly stupid thing to do. Oh. That's not cool. I think think that'll probably be the last of those cards that you have in your deck, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. This game, I don't even know what's happening right now.
I just gotta hold off, but I gotta do more than 2 damage each turn to you.
Yeah, but
because you're heal.
In theory, we only each have 1 card in our hand right now. In theory, we will run out at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Or would it be me since I went first?
Yeah, you'll run out before I will.
God, I can't do anything right now. This is great television. Hearthstone experts are probably like, what are these guys thinking?
Yeah. We are newbies.
Suck steel.
I've just got 1 single mana or 2 single mana cards in a row. That's great.
Yeah, that's what I have waiting to go to.
I like how you can start to play a card and then change your mind.
The neat thing too is when you're doing something, when you highlight something, it shows me what you're highlighting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so you can kind of see what people are doing. It's like, oh, they want to attack this thing. So are they going to attack it? What's happening here? It's kind of a neat little thing that they have going on.
Again, it adds that sort of authenticity. It's kind of a skeuomorphism in a way. It's like,
yeah,
actually see the people. Wow. That was a good card.
Yeah. Doesn't do me a lick of difference if you get a big creature, though, right? Especially that guy.
Yep.
What you want?
Perfect.
I have 7 cards in my deck. You have 8. Oh yeah, because you also got to think there's some cards that will allow you to pull more cards from your deck.
Which would be a very bad thing to do right about now.
So you almost have as much health as I do.
Yep. 18.
I hate you.
Taste my steel.
Oh, stop. Get off him. I don't want... No, stop it.
This guy. You know you want to be done now. I really wish I had my rogue. There's so many like kill minion cards in that. Oh, big jerk.
Job's done.
Job's done.
Oh, that was so stupid. What did I do that for? That was ridiculously dumb.
I've had so many of those moments. Oh yeah, I think Kyle just told me what you should have done. He said you should have used the guy on the left to kill the shield guy.
Well, it's a given, actually.
Well, I don't know that. I can't see. Oh, good job.
Yeah, I should have done something, that's for sure. Damn it.
Oh, man.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
This, sir, will almost be the end. I'll owe you a nice big glass of grog.
Well,
A congratulatory pat on the back.
finally get that.
That's a good card. I hate it when warriors get that. You can kill me if you don't attack.
I was just doing the math in my head. It's like, wait a second, I have an extra attack there. Oh, what a comeback. You took your foot off the gas. You got to admit that.
I did. I screwed up. I don't know if I was trying to play it easy or if I was just not paying attention because I'm like, this is a cakewalk. Showed me, didn't you?
I had a card where I would spend 1 mana and I would instantly destroy a damaged minion. So when you put that guy out, that gains a whole bunch of power. I should have just attacked him with a 1/1 and then used that card, and then I wouldn't have lost 2 other creatures essentially trying to take him out.
Nice.
Yep.
And that's what Kyle K was saying.
Yep.
Cool. That was fun.
Yeah, so I unlocked the pre-stack now since I didn't own that one before. So that's a nice little bonus of playing that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wasn't all for naught.
Exactly. So another game?
Let's do it. So I have a rogue, which is my most unlocked character, and then I have a druid, which I've never played before.
Okay.
Do you want to?
I'll use my mage, which is my most unlocked, and you use your rogue, and we'll see.
Perfect.
Because I don't think I've ever played a rogue now that not that I can think of anyway.
Yeah, my rogue is I have everything unlocked on it. It's funny though, it's like I will try a new class and I win a couple rounds with it and I really enjoy it. And then I find another random and I was like, oh, this is my favorite hero. And then I'll unlock a hero, I'll start playing them and I was like, oh, this is my favorite hero.
Yeah, I'm the same way. When I play Magic, I play red decks. So I like direct damage, I like fast decks, and I don't know of a deck like that here that suits my playstyle 100%. So I still got to play with a lot of the other ones that I haven't had a chance to yet.
1 shot, 1 kill.
Well, that was great.
I went first, right?
Yep.
I wonder if that's something, since we're friends, if you select as the host.
I didn't see an option for that, but yeah, maybe. I traded a bunch of high mana cards for a bunch of higher mana cards, so that was a really great way to start the game.
That's what you're saying.
Ugh. Arg.
I dig the music. It's relaxing.
Yeah, it is.
I should have looked. I wonder how many cards we had left. We couldn't have had many on that last round.
Yeah, I think you were down to 6. I think.
Locked and loaded.
Oh, wowza.
Kyle in the chat said he's created 2 decks that are basically just cards he thought looked good. No strategy. That's awesome, except for a mana curve. Ooh, that's a good one.
Boom, boom, boom. So I wonder if these battles contribute to our quests that we have, because every day you're given daily quests, unless you already have quests that you've not completed. Some like do X number of damage to other players, or because I should have popped one, but it didn't look like it popped. So maybe you don't actually do quests when you do battles with friends. Maybe it's only random ones. Maybe.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. But you would think it. Well, I guess maybe you could always work the system.
Exactly.
That's a bummer, though. What am I doing? I can't even play that card.
For the king!
Owie.
I was trying to decide on a card that I was like, should I play this? I was like working out the strategy in my head, and then I realized it cost 5 instead of 4. Like,
Oh.
I wonder.
Ready for action!
oh, that was dumb of me.
Jam! Job's done.
They'll never know what hit them.
Ouch. Aren't you just a bunch of damage?
It's that rogue. She's sneaky. You least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Handle it! Job's done.
How to prevent damage and deal lots of damage.
That is the question.
Pass me that arc light spanner!
Do you ever play StarCraft?
Yeah. Well,
Hit it very
not the
hard.
new one. I've played the old
The original?
ones. Yeah. It used to be something we used to play a lot.
I've got a huge gun!
Well.
Yeah, those cards, Stormpike Commandos, are pretty good. They're kind of weak, but they do damage in the Nice.
I hope you like my invention.
Taste my steel!
It's a really weird looking card you got there. Oh, it's a gnome. That's why. I was like, why does she look so disproportional?
I've got a huge gun!
Another one of those.
Me and Mr. Fight.
Well, crap balls. It shall be game over. Yep. That's it. I don't have anything that has forced blocking.
You have so many cards in your hand.
Yeah, they're all crappy cards.
Ugh. Damn.
I'm not gonna go out without taking one of you guys with me.
I think you just saved yourself at least another round.
Job's done.
I'm surprised you don't have, as a mage, you don't have any healing.
Yeah,
I
there's no healing at all, and there's no taunt. I don't think there's much, or there might be a couple taunts in the deck, but not like other decks, which are heavy on the taunt cards.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Ugh. Ugh.
Sir,
Well, that was fun.
might.
That was a total routing.
I had two really good cards in my hand too. I had a return minion and a destroy minion.
Oh, I had two of those 6/7 ogres. The 6 cost 6/7 ogres. Another, like, all my cards had no extra features. They were just like basic cards with a lot of damage, but it's like, well, those are useless to play right now. I got to try to get rid of some of your characters. It wouldn't have been bad until you played that little tinkerer girl that summoned the clockwork dragon thing, because then it's just like, okay, well, I can't compete with you in numbers, so yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting with the strategy that kind of comes from playing the game, where like some decks you want to fully attack the creatures and clear the creatures because you have a lot of direct damage cards. Then there's other decks where you want to try to hole up and turtle but attack the other player more than the other creatures, unless something with a lot of power comes out, then you want to destroy it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of strategy that comes with this game.
And that's where it's also kind of neat. It seems kind of basic that you don't have the, unless there's an ability that forces it, like the taunt, for example, but it really diversifies the strategy, having to prioritize the table or the hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's my thing, is learning to use the magic spells that each character has a little bit better, not just leaving them until when you have like 10 mana and it's like, oh, well, I have nothing else to spend my mana on, so I better use this. Like the mage's fireball is useful to clear creatures, not just damage the other player. And the things that need to keep popping in my head a little bit more that haven't yet. Especially since I'm so used to playing Magic. So like the whole, oh, I don't want to attack with this guy because I need to block with it. It's like, no, there's no blocking in this game. There's, you attack and the person can choose to attack you or your creatures. So definitely a lot of learning that there needs to happen in this game still.
Well, it's good. It's again, it's basic and concept, but it's very deep, it seems like.
Yep.
which will keep it that lasting power.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. Well, I think that's good enough for our first attempt at doing something like this. If anybody that's watching this wants to play us, head on over to VG Podcasts, check out the forums. We'll post a thread there for Hearthstone. And if you guys want to play with us, either on a VG Podcast community game night or just in general, you can leave a note there with your BattleNet tag, which is your name with the £, and the random number after it. I'm Dasme Pound 1842. So if you want to add me to play me, you can do that.
And I'm Maverick Pound 1118.
So if you want to play us, just send us a message and we can get together and play some games. We'll probably schedule another game night sometime in the near future, now that we kind of have the workflow there. And we'll kind of go from there. But if you want to hear about that, if you want to know about it, check it out on VG Podcasts on the forums, or listen to the Derezzed podcast, because that's where we're probably going to be quarterbacking most of these events, would be from that show. If you're not familiar, we do record the Derez podcast, which is our general gaming show, every Friday night at 10 p.m. Central Time, depending on what part of the world you're in. That obviously will change. We do it here live every week at vgpodcasts.com/live. All right, well, that was a fun way to get into it. You took it easy on the first match, and I ended up coming back, and then you just steamrolled me in the second one. So I think I got a bit of homework to do before we play again next time.
I had a little bit of making up to do. That first one, it hurt my pride a little bit too much.
Well, that was awesome. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. Like I said, we're gonna try to do this semi-regularly. Probably not only with Hearthstone, but we thought, hey, it's a fun free game. We might as well get into it, and hopefully get some matches going in the community at VGPodcasts.com. So take it easy, everybody. If you want to know more about the shows, VGPodcasts.com is where you go. And until next time, take it easy. Go play those cards. Go open those virtual packs, but don't spend the $50 to get the 20 packs. That's just crazy.
No.
All right, everybody, take it easy.
Bye, everyone.